G'day guys, welcome back to MG Rebuild and welcome to the year 2020. This is my first post since before Christmas. Now, I had a bit of a break from doing these YouTube videos. What I have been discovering is they are taking a lot of my time to do the videos and taking me away from the actual doing the work, so it's slowing me right up. As I've said before, my time frame to actually paint the car is, you know, mid to late February, early March sort of thing, and I'm falling behind. So I've just spent the last couple of weeks just working on the car, doing the body work, and not actually doing the recording. I apologise for that, mate, guys, but I'm not going to get it done otherwise. Now, as you can see, I've done the driver's side, right-hand side guard. I've done another one, and I'm just finishing off the running board. So all that's left now is the rear valance, which I haven't touched yet. I had a little bit of a paint disaster this morning. On the the bottom side of a lot of the panels, I've been using Miracle paint. It's the same as Pour 15, and you've got to put an adhesion in between the Pour 15 or Miracle paint and your paint, and that's called tie coat. I've put that on, and then it's reacted with my primer. So I've had to strip that all off, and that's what I've been doing the last few hours, and it's a long process to do. So I'll be just working on that in the next couple of days, weeks, or whatever it might take to do. But anyway, a bit of a catch up what I have been doing, and that's the actual bonnet alignment. Now, I've taken the bonnet panels off because I've got those ready to paint or to spray in high build primer. So I won't touch those, I don't need to show those to you. But I have actually lined that up now, and it's coming up pretty good. I'll show you a little clip I took earlier of that and see what you guys think. I think there's a little bit more adjustment there to go, but we're going to get there. Okay, now this is the bonnet or hood fitting. This is obviously the right hand side back. It's a little bit loose there, but I haven't actually fixed the rubber in place. That's why the tape's there. As you can see, it's a good fit down there. Quite tight there, so I might just need a little rub off there. And the top's not too bad. The webbing is showing, but I haven't actually put that in place properly. It's got to go further back a bit yet, so that's fine. The left hand side, obviously the top's the same. Come down the side, it's got a bit more of a gap. And yes, the radiator support is the correct way around, so it's actually the radiator is actually further back to where it's supposed to be. The bottom at the back's not bad. Coming up here, this corner here is a bit of a gap. I can move the rubber forward a little bit to take it up, but that's just the edge of the edge of the cowl there, so I can't really go. Sorry, that's where it's supposed to be normally, so it's not too bad. And the top's not bad either. So the question is, if this was your car, would you be happy with it? Now also, I've started work on replacing this timber up the top there. Unfortunately, my bandsaw blade broke, and being Christmas, it took me ages to source another one, but I finally got one a couple of days ago, so I can now move on to the side pieces as well, sand them off and stain them. I also did get the other rubber moulding. As you can see, there's a bit of difference in the actual profile. That's the old style, which I need, and that's what was on there before. That's the new version for later TDs and TFs as well. So I've got the right one now, and also the old one was screwed in. This one's actually got to be nailed on. So I presume the old one's supposed to do the same too. It's supposed to be nailed on, but anyway, that's how the previous owner did it. Now also, I won't bore you again about the cut by the door, but it now fits. It's still got a little bit of spring in it. I'm just got to adjust that. It lines up very nice there now. I've had to put a couple of wedges in there, one behind the side and one in front of it. The unfortunate thing is I have to replace this bottom hinge. Earlier on, I was told I have to bend them, and I was doing that, it did develop a hairline crack, and that crack is now broken a piece out. So I've got another one coming from the States at the moment. Hopefully they'll be here within another week or so. I can then fit that and then take the body off the actual chassis and put it back on the chassis, sorry, the body jig, and prep that for painting as well. Okay, one of the exciting things about, well, I find painting or doing up a car is changing the type of paint that you're using. So we're going from epoxy primer to a high build primer, because that's the next stage. So what the high build primer does, you put on about 3 or 4 coats of it, let it dry up overnight, and then you sand it down. Now, and that will take out all the imperfections, well, hopefully all the imperfections. You may need to add an extra couple extra coats depending on how bad the scratches are or things like that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to, I've got the side panels of the bonnet. We're going to mix up some paint and put it on. So this is a 2-pack paint, so I'll be using the mask. So sorry if you can't hear what I'm saying. Just give it a good mix. So I've actually already mixed this quite well. As you can see, it's the Wattle Colour Stain PF330. Put on a pouring lid. Now it's a 4 to, hang on, I'll take this off. Now it's a 4-to-1 ratio. So I'll just come over to this container here. I don't know if you can see in there. It's this has actually got all the different ratios on this mixing bucket. Now we need to do 4-to-1. So that's a column there we've got to do. So 4 parts paint. So it'll take you up to A, depending on how much you want to put in. I'm going to go to this one here. Then we've got B, which is your hardener, and then 10%. I reckon do about 10% thinners as well. So we'll start off by putting the paint in up to that mark. Make sure I might go to the middle mark instead. Actually, I'll go to the first one. So it's going to be a lot of paint, I reckon. Okay. Let's give that a wipe. And if you can hear Darth Vader in the background, it's my cameraman with his mask on. So, as you can see, we're up to the first A. And we put the hardener in, which will go up to the B. And we'll give that a mix up. Actually, we'll put the thinners in first. 10% thinners. A bit of a mess. Oops, sorry guys, bumped the camera then. And we'll give it a good mix. Now I had the paint shop tinted a little bit for me, but they weren't able to tint it much. I was just trying to take away the beige colour, put more of a red colour into it. So if there's ever a stone chip, it won't stand out as much, but unfortunately they weren't able to do much at all. As soon as you start doing that, you sort of lose a bit of its, I think he said it was the sandability of it or something, I'm not sure. It ruins the properties of it anyway. So, now once this is mixed up with the hardener, I think you got about 40 minutes going through the data sheet. So, what we'll do is spray 1 coat, let it flash off, which takes about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll do coats 2, 3, and actually I might even do a 4th coat as well. So okay, we'll pop that into the cup, into the paint cup. We'll just strain that, of course. And we've got a 1.8 mil tip on it for primer. And I'll find my lid. There it is, over here with my messy bench, even though I cleaned it up a couple of days ago. Where's the hole? Spray gun's got a breather hole, and you also got to make sure that little breather hole in the cap points towards you, so there's no paint dripping onto the paint job. Okay, let's go paint. Okay, now this is what they call a tack cloth. I mean, I'm most likely telling people what they already know, but there might be one or two people out there who've never painted before. I've never painted before, but I've done a lot of reading, a lot of research. Anyway, this is used just to wipe down the what a funny cloth. As you can see, there's a little bit of muck there that I just picked up. It's quite a funny cloth. It's actually quite sticky. And that's obviously to get all the bits of dust and that off it. I'm going to paint 90 degrees because of the actual the vents or the fins, so I can get good coverage on those. So here we go. Okay guys, I've done 3 coats on these side panels, and I've also grabbed the front bonnet panels as well, and I've given them 1 coat so far. They're coming up okay. I'm actually quite liking the colour, to be quite honest. I have seen a few cars like this. It's sort of an ivory beige sort of colour. It looks alright, although my cameraman's told me no, it is to be red. So anyway, I will keep going with the plans of being red. So I might give this one more coat, and then I'll send it back in the next few days. But it's not looking too bad. Anyway, that's it for this video. Now, you would have seen on the news, there's some horrific bushfires around Australia at the moment. Even this island state that I live in, Tasmania, is not hasn't escaped the fires yet. We've got a couple of big ones down here, especially at Fingal. But on the mainland, there's sorry, the mainland Australia, there's some horrific bushfires down there, up there, and we have lost millions of wildlife, and last I've heard there's about 20 odd people have been killed in these fires as well. So if you do see someone or a link or whatever for a donation, please feel free and make a donation to the fire appeal, because they are going to need it. It's pretty horrific. But anyway, on a more positive note, we do have a new design now. This is the actual TD grill, that actual grill there itself. So this will be on the store within the next couple of weeks. So feel free to jump on there. And of course, we've also got the other two designs there as well that you can grab at any time. So don't forget our Instagram page as well. And I think that's about it. So until next time, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing. Most likely just more body work. But until next time, I'll sign off and I'll see you later. Be safe.